Sports coverage of the NFL has us roughly midway between Boston and Providence. Everybody knows it as Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Miami Dolphins. Here's the punter, Jake Bailey, ready to do the honors. And we are underway in Foxborough. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. On play action, here's Tua. He'll buy some time right. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Tua now on first down. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big play there for the Dolphins. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. That's swung out to Mostert. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. So Tua making the completion there. What's different about playing a left-handed quarterback like him? And specifically, I guess, what does this defense need to try and take away?
I'll take the first part that you asked about being left-handed. We've got to find out if he can move to his right and still continue to be accurate. So I want to push him in that direction and see if he can get his body squared around and make those throws.
And he's going to go down here and sack. They push him back to the 34. Lawrence Guy able to get in there and drop him for a loss. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. He rifles one that's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Patriots are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect. How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss. Gets through, and now an opening. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Patriots are able to strike quickly for 6. Folk connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers. And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Mostert. First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 56 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Play action. Now it's Tua. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Try to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
typically we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
No move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Tua on 4th down. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Chase Edmonds, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Jones. He'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now a handoff looking right. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. John Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
66 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. On first down, they go with Mostert again. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line. So, CD, big changes for 2021. Of course, last year we had the expansion from 6 to 7 teams in each conference making the playoffs. This year, the headline, the addition of a 17th regular season game. What did you think when you heard the news that this was happening?
Well, my first thought, partner, was finally, because we've heard about a 17th game coming for a long time, and now here it is. So the beautiful part about all of it is that 17th game is going to be like these interdivision, interconference type games that are going to match up and play out over a 4-year period. And that's kind of cool. And I was looking forward to seeing some of the matchups that were going to come out of that for that 17th game. And could that be the game that decides a bunch of division titles?
The Dolphins on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. There's the first NFL catch for the first rounder, Jalen Waddle. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Here's Harris to return it. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
They go play action here on first down. Well, it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the first round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the first round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity. And that's a run characteristic of Damian Harris. When he touches it, he gets not what's just blocked, but he gets a few more yards as well. He's been dinged up his first 2 years with the Patriots, only 10 starts a year ago, but you have to believe that this coaching staff thinks that he's capable of bigger and better things.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Hands it off out of the gun. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. From the gun, Jones. He will find his tight end Smith for a Patriot touchdown. Jonnu Smith there to make the grab. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Set to return. Here's Raheem Mostert. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. Smith catches left side. Stops short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Now Jones, off play action. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Patriots send out their punter, standing right around the midfield stripe. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they will not really have time to do much of anything. 15 seconds, all that remains before halftime. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
To throw again on second down. Tua. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that's gonna be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Jones. He's going to let it go again. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Jones. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Second down at 5. Off play action. Jones. A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Looking to throw. Jones. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Noah Igbinoghene. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that will tie our game here in the 3rd. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken way up at the 25. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. Complete. Smith has it. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. The Patriots send out their punter as he's on here to punt it away. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. They find some open field here. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
A nice substantial run there by Gaskin, who was the Dolphins' leading rusher in 2020. 584 total yards in just 7 starts and got stronger as the season went on. Not bad for a 7th-round pick in 2019. He was drafted number 234 overall that season.
First down and a little extra for Mostert. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
And they'll get this down to the 10.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the gun, a run with Mostert. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Able to push, and he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Cedric Wilson from 8 yards out. And the Dolphins have scored again in this 3rd quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From way up at the 23. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
Jones on 1st and 10. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. Still 15 yards to go, 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A nice completion there for the 1st down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right at the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day 1.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Rolling to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Off the play fake. Jones. It's caught. Smith. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8. So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
You know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays and the right reads.
115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. On the option right, it's Jones. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Well, sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And his throw here's incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over in your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, and we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Able to power through. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
Wilson snags it left side. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Out to his left. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. Instead, it's incomplete. Boy, that really could have turned this one upside down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff to Mostert running left. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Here's Tua. And this one incomplete. And another throw that really could have been, maybe should have been intercepted. That would have been number 4. Instead, it's 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor. There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. To throw is Jones. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah that time, able to drop him for a loss.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Parker. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Kyler Duggar who picks it. And the Pats are right back in this football game. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Jones. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Jones. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. He finds his man complete. That's Thornton. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That one looks like he'll throw here. Throwing left side, it's complete. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Back to throw is Tua. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tagovailoa. And he's got his tight end Gesicki in the end zone. Touchdown Dolphins. Mike Gesicki there to make the grab. And the Dolphins are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Here's Harris to return it. Well, in this one, partner, we had some action all the way down to the final whistle there with the late points and then the kickoff to end it.
Yeah, and the best part about it is just seeing how teams battled all the way to the end, you know. Didn't really matter. Scoreboard was pretty well set, but they still competed until the final whistle.
So for Miami, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills.